This is Dr. John Kojis. I'm here visiting the office of my friend and neighbor, Barton Sloan. Barton is a licensed clinical social worker. He's with an office in my building. So Barton, welcome. Thank you for inviting us in. Tell me a little bit about what your practice is. What sort of things do you help people with?
I've been doing this for coming up on 30 years now. And I work with families, individuals, couples, children, teens, so I kind of do the whole gamut. My studies in family systems. And then from there, because I work with families, got to learn more about child development. And from there went into learning that type of therapy, also called eye movement desensitization and processing. It's EMDR for short. When I was learning that, there was a lot more research and study coming out about neuroscience in the brain and attachment, and how that affected people's relationships, how that affected their sense of anxiety, and a lot of their sort of depression. There's so many other different things that we can struggle with in life. So that opened up a whole new world in that for me. From there, I started working a lot more with the attachment process and how that affects our ability to cope with the stressors that happen in life. My practice has kind of slowly moved towards more working on trauma, relationships, and attachments.
Would you characterize what you do as counseling?
Yeah, it's counseling. I can call myself a psychotherapist. I focus a lot on actually working on healing. I don't come in and just, here's the problem, here's the solution. I work on where the origin of that comes from and helping that heal.
Well, I heard you talking about EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Tell me more about that. I'm interested in that.
That was developed by a doctor named Francine Shapiro. So EMDR was originally researched with post-traumatic stress disorder on Vietnam vets and sexual assault victims. And prior to EMDR, we're basically helping somebody flood, meaning bring up all these emotions, and then helping them tolerate them.
That was the previous best we could do kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. So we were just really helping them learn how to tolerate the emotions and the experience, and try to work on kind of regrounding, changing their thinking so they could cope and manage and come back. With EMDR, it was the first therapy that actually could not only just reduce the symptoms, but eliminate them. So it caused a huge controversy in the psychotherapy world because it was different. We were telling people to get an image of this issue that's bothering them. We're getting a negative belief like I'm helpless, I have a sensation in the body, and then we're saying, here, follow it. And that bilateral stimulation is what seems to help everything process much sooner and faster. And what she hypothesizes that we're accessing the body's own innate healing process. So much like if you, what you do in your work, your resetting, so much like a bone would heal too, that's what we're doing with the emotions. So we're getting much deeper into the nonverbal emotional part of the brain where the trauma resides, rather than just talking about the story about what happened, which oftentimes re-traumatizes the individual and actually digs it in deeper.
Yeah, which you don't want.
No.
So how does it work? I mean, what does eye movement have to do? What's the mechanism that they think is, I mean, we don't, I'm sure, really know. But.
Well, not yet, no, not completely. But one idea behind it is that when we sleep, and we're going through our rapid eye movement period in time when we're sleeping, we know at that time that the brain is processing information. So one idea is that we're replicating that same activity in the brain. We're just telling it specifically what to focus on.
Okay.
And then the therapist's job in there is to kind of give it a little bit of a push. It's almost like if you remember the old 33 LPs, when they had a scratch on it, they'd go around and you can get past that spot. It's similar to what trauma's like. And so we would, sometimes you had to push the needle a little bit to get it past that scratch. So as a therapist, I'm there to guide and also give a little push if needed to get it past that trauma, to help that information process. The idea behind is that there's unprocessed information that's staying in our body and staying in our brain.
Kind of stuck in a loop, maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Barton, thank you again. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.